Hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time watching. My name is Sarah and I am 35 weeks pregnant, and since I am coming down to the end of my pregnancy, I've decided today to film a video based on my favorite pregnancy items. The first trimester for me was fairly easy, but I did have a lot of nausea and vomiting. And the first thing that I would suggest anyone who is pregnant gets are these little things called Preggy Pop Drops. You can get them at Target, which is where I believe I got them. You can get them on Amazon. They are basically just a hard candy with flavoring in them, and they're a little on the sour side, and that helps you kind of, you know, just settle your stomach in the moment. I have heard people say peppermint candy works. That made it worse for me. I hated that, but the fruit and sweet flavors helped me the most. I think I liked the red raspberry, and I'm pretty much down to just a few lemon left, which was my least favorite. But that was something I had on me constantly, and they were my favorite thing to have kind of when I was sitting in church, or if I knew I was going on a car ride. I would definitely have those ready to go, or I would go ahead and suck on one before I did something, and it helped a ton. I don't know if you have to specifically get these Preggy Pop Drops or whatever. You can probably get some Jolly Ranchers, but those helped me, and I am willing to pay a little bit extra just to have those, but you can get them super cheap on Amazon. Another thing to help with the nausea are these C-bands, and they are drug-free little bands that you put on your wrists, and they have these little white kind of like raised balls that put pressure on that pressure point and help with nausea. I don't know how much they actually helped, but if it was a placebo effect, it still worked on me, because I would wear these as well. In addition to sucking on the pop drops, I would have these on if I knew I was going to an appointment, going on a car ride, or doing anything like that in the first trimester. I keep them in my purse still because I'm afraid to get rid of them, but if I know that I'm gonna have some anxiety or afraid that I'm gonna get sick, then I will put these on an hour or two before I go there and leave them on. To go along with the theme of nausea and vomiting, I read this tip, I think on a Facebook group, or maybe on one of the what to expect websites or something, but I had a fear that I was going to be in the grocery store and it was just going to hit me that I needed to throw up and I couldn't make it to a bathroom. So this was something I've never had to use. I hope and pray I never have to use it, but it gave me a little bit of reassurance to know if something happened, it was in my purse. And they are the little bags like that you would use when your dog goes poo in the park, and they come in little rolls, and you can get them in the dog section. And I just, you know, took a few, and they pop off. They are just little bitty trash bags, and that's it. And I would leave them in my purse. I would go ahead and take one and kind of get it ready, stick it in my purse like that, and then that way if I started to feel sick, I just made sure it was there, and it gave me, like, it calmed me, almost like that got rid of my nausea itself, because I thought, okay, I'm good. If something happens, I'll throw up in this bag. No one needs to know. Maybe that's gross, I don't care, but it helped me a ton. And honestly, I would 1,000 times over rather have this in my purse and people think I'm crazy than throw up in a public place. So there's that. And probably the last thing in the theme of morning sickness that I have loved this entire time is my diffuser necklace. I got this off of Amazon for like $7, and it is a necklace that you wear just like any other necklace, and it's cute. It has a pretty little tree on it, but the thing is that it opens up and has this little felt pad on it, and it came with a bunch of different colors, and you put essential oils on it, just a few little drops, stick it in your necklace, and you wear it around your neck, so that way you can smell that essential oil, and you know, you can put whatever you want, calming if you want to be energized, if you want to be relaxed, but I put just a few drops of peppermint, and it was the best thing in early pregnancy when smells or, you know, just anxiety would make you feel nauseated. I would probably look like a crazy person sitting there sniffing my necklace, but just a whiff of that and it would make me feel a little bit more calm and make my stomach settle. Totally worth it. Like I said, $7 on Amazon. Go get you one if you're having morning sickness for sure. So those things are pretty much essential for morning sickness and the first trimester. Around the end of my first trimester, I believe, I was starting to have a lot of constipation. And one of the best things I started doing was taking a probiotic, and more recently I've added Colace, but both of these things have been lifesavers for me. Ever since I've been taking this, not only did my morning sickness get a little bit better, but the constipation has completely went away, and this is just essential. And honestly, this may be something I continue after pregnancy. They say to continue this after labor and delivery, but that's a different story. But these are things that are essential, I feel like. Of course, you need to talk to your doctor and make sure, you know, the ones that you pick are safe, but you can get probiotics anywhere. Make sure it's okay with your doctor, and you know, just kind of see what you need to do. I think one a day is usually all you need to take. So these are really, really good lifesavers in early pregnancy, and I have continued to use them all throughout pregnancy as well. Second trimester, I started worrying a little bit more about how my stomach was growing, and I started to use the stretch mark creams. I used this one and the belly butter that also has this cocoa butter smell early on in my second trimester, and I honestly did not like the belly butter because it was just really greasy, but most importantly, the smell. I didn't like that chocolatey kind of rich smell. It was too strong for me, but now I can handle this. I like this because this is lotion, and I use this just all over my entire body. I'm pretty much out at this point, and I doubt I'll go buy more, but this has been pretty good because it's a lotion, so it absorbs better. You don't have that greasy leftover feeling, and the smell is not as strong. But because I didn't like that belly butter and I wanted to get something a little bit more specific just for my stomach, this one had really good reviews. This is the Mama Belly Butter from Best Nest Wellness, and of course, like every other product, I will try to link everything below. But I like this one because I think this is actually my second one, but you can tell I'm pretty much out. It smells like oranges. It has a citrus scent, and it's all organic, and it basically just has some oils and cocoa seed and coconut oil and things that, you know, just help moisturize. I think the whole point of all of those lotions and oils and belly butters is just moisture, and I don't think it is something you have to like specifically get for stretch marks. I think the biggest thing is just keep things moisturized, because when your stomach is growing, you're going to be very, very itchy. I was, and this type of stuff helps more than anything. In the second trimester, I also started to need a larger bra. If you watch my pregnancy updates, you know that one of the first symptoms I had was my breasts were itching, and they got a lot larger. So I had a coupon for motherhood maternity, or they were having a sale, I can't remember, but I ordered this bra, which has been the best one so far. They're nursing bras, and that's basically what I wear at this point, especially this style, something that is just really stretchy, no underwire, not trying to be super sexy, sorry Erin, but this is comfortable. It's basically like just a stretchy, comfy sports bra, and like I said, it is nursing, so afterward I can use it to nurse, which is kind of what I was going for. I wanted to make sure it was a size that would continue to work after he gets here and nursing, so that way it would continue to work. It does have padding that is removable, so but this is something that is, I think, essential when you're pregnant. Get yourself a good bra, no matter what kind you get. Just make sure that you like the ones you're getting. I have a few more that I've kind of bought from different places, but this one is by far my favorite, and I will continue to order a few more from Motherhood after he comes and I am nursing. This is something that I guess is first trimester, entire pregnancy essential that I have loved. But this is just one of those Ozark kind of Yeti knockoff tumblers that you can get from Walmart. I think any of these are amazing because they keep water or whatever you drink ice cold, and that is something that I have loved from day one in pregnancy, ice cold water. And when I was having the morning sickness in the first trimester, I would like to put a little bit of lemon with it, some lemon juice, but now it's just ice water, and I try to drink at least 3 of these a day. You can always get the big 30-ounce tumblers, which would be even better, but I'm constantly drinking ice water, and I like to drink it with a straw, so I actually ordered some of these stainless steel straws. So definitely get you something to make drinking water a little bit more fun. Try to stick to water. Try not to do like juices and teas and all that artificial sugary stuff. This is an essential item as well. Another huge item, literally, in the second trimester that was so essential that I'm still using is this ginormous pregnancy pillow. This is also another Amazon find. This one is from the company Leachco. I don't know, I'll link it as everything else, but it is this big, it's kind of like a C, almost like a G shape. And it is amazing because you can, you know, really get comfy in the bed with it. It supports your belly, and you've also got something on your back to support. This one is good because it has a removable pillowcase, and it was pretty cheap. I feel like it was less than $50 from what I remember, and they had different colors, but this one was the cheapest. So there's no need to pay $100 for a pillow, but this has been a lifesaver for me and sleep. It has been amazing and definitely worth it. Just get it as soon as possible. The sooner the better, because if you're like me, you will use it and it will be worth it. It will change your life and the way you sleep when you're pregnant. So I guess we're kind of talking about stuff in the third trimester now, because the second trimester I basically used the same stuff as the first. I wasn't having a lot of discomfort or a lot of pain, so I really didn't stress too much about needing a lot of products. But in the third trimester, things kind of start to change. And one of those things that changes is heartburn. I have Tums with me at all times. I have a little baggie in my purse with a few of these. I keep them at my bedside because at night is when it's the worst. And I will use the Tums when I'm just feeling sick, but most recently my doctor okayed doing Zantac. Of course, speak with your doctor before you do any sort of medication and make sure it's okay. Make sure you're doing, you know, Tums and not Alka-Seltzer, because Tums is okay during pregnancies. Things like Alka-Seltzer are not, because it has NSAIDs in it. Just do your research, make sure everything's okay before you start taking something. But heartburn medication for sure is an essential in the third trimester. These are the last 2 things I want to talk about. This is something that of course is not any sort of trimester relation, but if you are like me and you are striving for a more natural, intervention-free labor and birth, which let's all pray happens for me, and hope and pray that no complications or issues come up that need to be dealt with, then the best thing you can do is research for birth. Actually, the best thing you can do, no matter what type of birth you want, is to research. So many women go and give birth and they have no clue how it all works. They have an idea, but they see things from the TV or a movie of a woman screaming in pain, of water's breaking, and it just happening so fast. And labor and birth is nothing like that at all. I'm a nurse. I've seen labor. I have family and friends. I have seen births, and it is a long process, and it is completely different than what you may think. So the best thing you can do, talk to your doctor, watch some more YouTube videos, read books, figure out what is going on with your body when you have contractions and when you dilate and when you give birth. And when you do your research, you may do something like me and choose to go the more natural route. Again, I'm not going to get too much into my birth plan because birth plans are just ideas and desires, and things can change and things can happen at that moment, and the most important thing is to have a happy, healthy baby at the end of that delivery. But in the meantime, while being pregnant, I have really enjoyed, I've read quite a few books, but these two are my absolute favorite. First and foremost, if you do nothing else, read Anna Mae Gaston. She is like the midwife of all midwives, and if you are a little bit more natural or crunchy, then you know who she is. She is this woman who basically was a midwife in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, and they had this thing called the farm in Tennessee, and she literally birthed thousands and thousands of babies, or helped the mama birth thousands of babies into this world. And she has such a natural approach, and she just has ideas of not fighting against labor and not doing things that are unnecessary. She just makes amazing points. The first half of the book is birth stories, which I love reading. It's just, you know, telling about how these women started in their labor, how they progressed, what ended up happening. Some of them are C-sections, some of them are, you know, situations in the hospital, but they're all pretty positive, good stories. And then the second part of the book is just kind of what happens in labor. It's more, you know, educational. She tells you just the basics of what happens, of what an episiotomy is, what is a VBAC, what is the reason you would need a C-section. So this is amazing no matter what type of birth you want to have, because it's very educational and it really kind of gets you in the mood for wanting to have your baby. And the other one that I've really enjoyed is Natural Hospital Birth by Cynthia Gabriel. And this is, or Gabriel. Gabriel? I guess it's Gabriel. By Cynthia Gabriel. And this is kind of what I'm going for, a natural hospital birth. So it has similar things like the other book. It has birth stories, it's educational, and it tells you kind of, you know, the things to do to help have the more natural birth that you want in a hospital. Because I'm the type of person, I feel comfortable in a hospital. I know that there are instances and reasons that you need to be in the hospital and you need intervention, but this is the natural approach to that. So it's kind of like a good combination of the two. This one actually came from my sister-in-law because she is my main go-to source for anything natural labor and delivery, and it has been really helpful for sure in trying to plan and get excited for birth. But those are all of my items that I have loved and felt are absolutely essential during pregnancy. From first trimester up until now at 35 weeks, I will continue to use most of these, and I'm definitely going to keep them for all of the pregnancies that I can hopefully have in the future. But hopefully this helped you guys out. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.